Curiosity and survival are arguably two of the most fundamental and universal instincts across all living beings. Whether you're a dog, an ant, or a human, these instincts drive behavior when faced with an overwhelming circumstance. At critical moments, especially in the fight-or-flight situations, the conscious control we believe we have can be overtaken by our survival instinct. Once the immediate threat passes, we regain our composure. However, there exists a philosophical fight-or-flight response. There may be an intrinsic trigger within our brains that compels us with an overwhelming need to know more. This need, this curiosity, can become as essential as survival itself, especially in the monotony of a life where every day mirrors the last. The line between recklessness and bravery is often thin. Living as a physics professor, despite its intellectual affairs, can become monotonous when one is constantly teaching known principles rather than exploring new ones. You may ask, what emerges when solitude fuses with curiosity? The result can be profound self-insight or descent into madness. The works of H.P. Lovecraft illustrate this dichotomy vividly, a theme that also pervades the Penumbra series, which is no stranger to either solitude or madness. Psychological horror distinguishes itself within the broader horror genre by focusing on the human psyche and the mental and emotional states of characters and players. These games eschew the reliance on jump scares and graphic violence, opting instead to explore themes of fear, anxiety, and the unknown. The Penumbra series, developed by Frictional Games, is a quintessential example of this subgenre. It's driven by a narrative that's both intellectually stimulating and deeply terrifying. The Penumbra series, comprising of Overture, Black Plague, and Requiem, guides players through the labyrinthine recesses of the human mind. It explores themes of isolation, fear, the relentless pursuit of knowledge, and the very nature of reality. This journey delves into the series' masterful creation of an atmosphere of dread, its engagement with players on emotional and intellectual levels, and its use of environmental storytelling to enhance the narrative. Philip's path in Penumbra is harrowing descent into darkness, both literal and metaphorical, beginning with his arrival in the icy expanse of Greenland and culminating at the mysterious door that promises deeper secrets. This journey is fraught with tension, danger, and profound psychological challenges. This chapter chronicles the significant events and encounters that shape Philip's path, emphasizing the evolving atmosphere, narrative developments, and key themes. Philip's journey begins with his arrival in Greenland, driven by a cryptic letter from his supposedly deceased father, Howard. This letter, filled with enigmatic instructions and a plea for help, sets Philip on a quest to uncover the truth about his father's disappearance. The harsh, frozen landscape of Greenland serves as a stark introduction, immediately immersing Philip in an environment of isolation and hostility. The biting cold and desolate scenery foreshadow the psychological and physical trials to come. Philip's initial exploration leads him to an abandoned cabin, an eerie relic of human habitation in the unforgiving wilderness. Inside, he finds minimal supplies and clues that point towards a hidden entrance beneath the floorboards. This discovery is Philip's first encounter with the subterranean world that will dominate his journey. The cabin's dilapidated state and the ominous silence set a tone of dread, hinting at the dangers lurking below. Beneath the cabin, Philip discovers a metal hatch that leads into an old mine, a labyrinthine structure that becomes the primary setting of Penumbra. The descent into the mine marks a significant transition from the oppressive cold of the surface to the claustrophobic darkness of the underground. This shift intensifies the game's atmosphere, with narrow tunnels and low ceilings, creating a sense of entrapment. As Philip delves deeper into the mine, he encounters various hostile creatures, including giant spiders and aggressive dogs. These encounters are not merely physical threats. They amplify the psychological tension, as Philip must navigate the darkness while constantly being on guard. The creatures are remnants of failed experiments and mutated wildlife. Their presence, a reminder of the mine's dark history. Environmental storytelling is a hallmark of psychological horror, and Penumbra employs this concept with a convincing design. The mine is littered with remnants of the past, notes left by previous explorers, personal belongings, and makeshift shelters. These details paint a picture of a once productive establishment, now abandoned and fraught with danger. The environment tells a story of desperation and survival, adding depth to the narrative and to the overall immersion. This is aided very well with its sound design, which crafts the atmosphere into an unsettling environment that makes you wonder what lies ahead. A minimalist approach to sound is used, employing ambient noises, unsettling echoes, and occasional distant screams to install a sense of dread. This auditory landscape is as significant as the visual one, immersing players in an environment where every creak and whisper can signify danger. The sound of footsteps echoing through empty tunnels, the distant howl of the wind, and the scurrying of unseen creatures all contribute to the pervasive tension, ensuring that players remain constantly on edge. And while plenty on its resources, such as batteries and tools, it's still not enough to protect Philip from the terrors of his mind. The desolate mine Philip explores is not completely devoid of human presence. Though largely abandoned, the mine's history is interwoven with the stories of various characters, whose remnants and messages shape Philip's understanding of the place. These characters, encountered through notes and environmental storytelling, enrich the narrative and deepen the psychological foundation of Philip's journey. Dr. Arne Trepkos is one of the most significant characters, whose presence is felt through his notes scattered throughout the mine, a researcher who delved into the mine's mysteries before Philip's arrival. Trepkos' writings offer a window into the scientific and supernatural elements at play. Philip encounters Trepkos through a series of journal entries that detail the doctor's descent into obsession and paranoia. These notes reveal Trepkos' initial enthusiasm for uncovering the mine's secrets, followed by growing fear as he realizes the true nature of what he's dealing with. Trepkos' writings are a blend of scientific observations and frantic, almost incoherent ramblings, reflecting his deteriorating mental state. This duality offers a parallel for Philip's own journey, serving as a grim warning of the potential consequences of his quest for knowledge. In the shadowy, labyrinthine corridors, a character emerges whose presence haunts the protagonist and players alike.
Good day. Good day, can you hear me? Well, I hope that your ears are working better than your tongue, so that you might use them to listen to my words. You have turned on the light at the end, beginning and middle of the tunnel, but some things remain shrouded in darkness. My emergency message I hope has helped, but what you need now is to the wall hole to the right of the fence. Oh, go now, there is no time to explain. Well, in fact, time is one of the few things we have in abundance down here. What surprises are spoiled by such catty curiosity.
Red is not merely a figure within the game's narrative. He is the living embodiment of the psychological horror that defines the series. His character is a masterclass in the subtle construction of fear, loneliness, and the descent into madness. Red's implication in Philip's mission has a significant impact on his psyche, his symbolic significance, and the profound psychological themes he brings to the forefront. Red's introduction to the players is shrouded in mystery. As Philip navigates the desolate mine, he begins to receive cryptic messages from Red. These messages, initially appearing as simple survival tips, quickly take on a more ominous tone. Red's voice, conveyed through radio transmissions and notes, is a constant companion to Philip, yet it is one that fills him with unease. This method of introduction serves to immediately establish Red as an enigmatic and potentially untrustworthy figure, setting the stage for the psychological tension that permeates the game. Red symbolizes several core themes of Penumbra, primarily isolation, madness, and the relentless pursuit of knowledge. His character acts as a mirror to Philip's journey, reflecting the potential consequences of his own quest. As Philip delves deeper into the mine, driven by his curiosity and the need to uncover the truth about his father, Red serves as a cautionary figure, He embodies what Philip could become if he succumbs to the same obsessive pursuit and isolation that claimed Red's sanity. The mind, a setting of both physical and psychological entrapment, is a perfect backdrop for Red's character. It symbolizes the labyrinth of the mind, with its dark, twisted corridors and hidden dangers. Red's existence within this setting enhances the claustrophobic atmosphere, emphasizing the themes of entrapment and the inescapable nature of one's own thoughts. Red's backstory is gradually unveiled through his communications, revealing a man who has been trapped in this mind for years. This prolonged isolation has taken a severe toll on his mental health, driving him into the brink of insanity. Red's descent into madness is portrayed with a chilling authenticity. His ramblings oscillate between moments of lucidity and utter delirium, painting a vivid picture of a mind unraveling under the weight of prolonged solitude and fear. His character serves as a harrowing reminder of the fragility of the human psyche when confronted with extreme isolation. Despite his madness, Red plays a crucial role as a guide for Philip. His knowledge of the mind and its dangers is invaluable, and his instructions often help Philip navigate the treacherous environment. However, this guidance comes at a cost. Red's directions are interspersed with his own fragmented thoughts and paranoid delusions, making it difficult for Philip to discern truth from madness. This duality adds a layer of complexity to Red's character, making him both a helper and a hindrance. Red's guidance is not merely practical, it is also deeply philosophical. Through his dialogues, Red frequently reflects on themes of existence, reality, and the human condition. His insights, though often tainted by his insanity, provide a deeper understanding of the game's themes. They challenge Philip to confront uncomfortable truths about themselves and the nature of their quest. Elof Carpenter, another researcher, is encountered through a series of notes and diary entries that document his experiences and observations within the mind. His writings provide a more graduate perspective compared to the intrinsically erratic notes of Trepkos and Red. Philip discovers Carpenter's notes in various locations, detailing both mundane and alarming events. Carpenter writes about his initial scientific curiosity, the logistical challenges of working in the mine, and his growing unease as strange occurrences begin to disrupt their work. His entries convey a sense of foreboding, capturing the gradual shift from scientific inquiry to survival. Various unnamed workers and infected individuals populate the mine, their presence hinted at through occasional encounters. These characters are largely defined by their roles and the impact of the mine's horror on them. Philip encounters evidence of these characters through abandoned workspaces, personal belongings, and occasional hostile interactions. The infected are particularly significant, representing the direct physical threat posed by the mine's secrets. Encounters with these individuals are marked by violence and danger, requiring Philip to use stealth and strategy to survive. These characters collectively enhance the atmosphere of the mine, contributing to the sense of a once active but now doomed facility. The presence of the infected underscores the themes of corruption and the loss of humanity, adding a visceral element to the psychological horror. Their remnants and occasional appearances serve as constant reminders of the mine's deadly influence. The Turnget, an ancient, otherworldly presence within the mine, represents the ultimate source of the supernatural phenomena encountered. While not a character in the traditional sense, the Turnget's influence is a pervasive force throughout the game. Philip's encounters with the Turnget are indirect, primarily experienced through the effects it has on the environment and other characters. The ancient entity's presence is felt through the strange occurrences, hostile creatures, and the gradual revelation of its role in the mine's history. The Turnget's influence deepens the game's themes of fear and the unknown. It serves as the ultimate antagonist, a source of both physical and psychological terror. The entity's enigmatic nature and the mystery surrounding its intentions drive the narrative forward, compelling Philip to delve deeper into the mine's secrets. As Philip approaches the final stages of his journey, the environment becomes more perilous. He encounters new puzzles and physical challenges that test his ingenuity and resilience. Each obstacle overcome brings him closer to the heart of the mine and the answers he seeks. The increasing difficulty and complexity of the puzzles mirror the escalating tension and stakes of the narrative. Philip's profession as a physicist is central to his character and his journey. Physics as a discipline is concerned with understanding the fundamental principles that govern the universe. This pursuit of knowledge parallels Philip's personal quest to uncover the truth about his father. Both endeavors demand deep curiosity, a willingness to explore the unknown, and the capacity to challenge established norms. One of the pivotal areas Philip encounters is the refinery. Here, he faces a complex chemical puzzle, requiring him to mix various substances to create explosives. This section of the game emphasizes Philip's background as a physicist, showcasing his problem-solving skills and scientific knowledge. The refinery is also a site of significant danger, with hazardous chemicals and machinery posing constant threats. The successful creation and use of explosives to clear obstacles highlight Philip's resourcefulness and determination. Philip's scientific curiosity is evident in his methodical approach to problem-solving. He applies his knowledge of physics to navigate the mine, solve puzzles, and comprehend the mechanisms he encounters. This intellectual pursuit is driven by a desire to understand the world's fundamental principles, reflecting his professional training and intellectual curiosity. On a personal level, Philip's curiosity is fueled by a need for closure and understanding. The mysterious letter from his father serves as a catalyst, compelling him to uncover the truth about Howard's life and work. Philip's journey eventually leads him to Red's chamber, a secluded area where Red's been hiding.
Good evening. You actually came. There is much that should leave my throat box now, but words elude me. You came, you are so pretty, but I have been bad. The underworld already beckons me, so I suppose one further misdemeanor will change little. It is false pretension, and not guiding light with which I have led you here. I cannot give you the answers you want. You may wish to find what it is you seek, but that is a fiction. You cannot know what it is you sought through the vast leaden doorway, or else you would seek anything else in the world. No, the key stays with me, in here. So the life that has led me, horrible as it may be, is better still than the life that waits for you, hungry behind those doors. As replacements go, you shall be admirably abnormal. But you must wonder why this metal burning chamber is talking to you, and the voice you knew only as Red. For it is I, your companion, residing within. You see, I have waited for this day so many years. They won't let me die. They and parts of my head are not my own, and I cannot take my life. It is against the rules. Please, the pain has gone on for so long. All I wanted was a friend, but now the time for chit-chats and marshmallows by the fire has ended, and I hope that soon so shall my life. I have knocked on the death's door for so long. Please, let him invite me in for tea.
The chamber is filled with signs of Red's prolonged isolation, scrawled notes, makeshift defenses, and a pervasive sense of despair. The culmination of Red's narrative arc is both poignant and disturbing. When Philip finally reaches Red, he finds a man beyond saving, consumed by his madness and desperate for release. Red's final request to Philip to end his life and free him from his torment forces him to confront the harsh realities of mercy and the human capacity for suffering. This encounter is a powerful moment in the game, blending horror with deep emotional resonance. Red's death is not merely an end to his suffering. It is a moment of profound revelation. The conditions in which Red lived and died reflected the ultimate consequences of his unchecked curiosity. His demise served as a stark warning for Philip, underscoring the high stakes of his own journey. Red's chamber is a masterstroke in the art of psychological horror. Through him, Penumbra explores the darkest corners of the human mind, the devastating effects of isolation, and the perilous nature of curiosity. Red is more than a character. He is a symbol of the game's core themes, and an unforgettable embodiment of fear and madness. His presence elevates the narrative, transforming the game from a mere exploration of a physical space into a profound journey through the depths of human consciousness. Philip finally arrives at a massive foreboding door. This door, intricately designed and imposing, represents the threshold to the deeper mysteries of the mind and the greater narrative arc that contributes in the subsequent games. As Philip approaches the door, he receives one final message from Red, urging him to be cautious and to reconsider his pursuit of knowledge. The door itself is a powerful symbol of the unknown, both a promise of answers and a potential gateway to further horrors. As Philip opens the door and crosses to the other side, his journey takes a shift as he follows a path towards a mysterious facility called the Shelter. Before getting too far, Philip's adventure comes to a halt as the corridor caves in with each light bulb flickering out beneath his very own eyes, shrouding him in complete darkness, where everything and nothing awaits him.